come to see the boys in blue and white. Is that not going well?
Not as well. Get the blue flag flying on forever.
Wakes up this morning on a 1 out of
Diaz! 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 Come on, man.
Touch deliver.
Drive.
Tip.
Too much time. Nice. Nice.
Well then, another trip to Brammal Lane, another heartbreak. Found myself leaving rather depressed for the third time in 12 months. I put a tweet out. I am hoping that the plates go up, and if we weren't to, they just stay up there for a long time, because I am absolutely fed up of going to Bramall Lane at this point, and just the absolute heartbreak that seems to come with it, unfortunately. What a game though, for a neutral anyway. I had multiple people message me saying as a neutral it was a brilliant game, and how unlucky we were. But I think either team could have won it on the day. I don't think any Blades fan would have felt hard done by if Rovers had gone and won it, and equally I don't think we can feel hard done by that they've won it. Both teams made plenty of chances, both keepers made brilliant saves, and it was a really good match, and a match worthy of the quarter-final of the FA Cup. And despite the result, at least the boys and the fans can, say we left everything out on that pitch, and give second in the league, a team that more than likely will be playing in the Premier League next season, a team that's just made it to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We give them a really good game, and definitely had them scared. There were some fans leaving before they made it 2-2 because they thought it was all over. But alas, obviously it wasn't meant to be. We will have to wait that little bit longer. Hopefully this season we shall make it to the new Wembley. Sorry, we're still yet to do so. But yeah, I mean, where to start? Obviously the handball, didn't even realise VAR was in operation. Obviously, Sheffield United do have it installed from their time in the Prem, but didn't realise it was in operation due to it being the FA Cup. So that was a pleasant surprise. The first time we've had a VAR decision for a penalty, I believe. And yeah, Diaz tucks it away. The keeper goes the right way, and he still tucks it away clinically. A class penalty. Not long after, Sheffield United obviously responds. A wildly deflected shot and goes down as a Sam Gallagher own goal. Rather unlucky in that regard, but I guess you could say, obviously the handball penalty, was it a bit unlucky on them? I don't think he's deliberately stuck his arm out maliciously, but at the end of the day, if it's not by your side and it hits your arm, it's going to get given as a pen. So we go into half time 1-1. I think Rovers fans did themselves really proud today. Nearly 6,000 of us there, sold out the entirety of the away end, and was vocal the entire match, obviously up until we conceded that last goal, which obviously knocked the stuffing out of us at that point, and we knew it was over. But from minute 1 to minute 90, we were vocal, and we kept the 25,000 or so, or 22,000, something like that. Sheffield United fans in the stadium, very quiet, to be honest with you, and they only really made noise when they did score. So fair play to us. We travelled in good numbers, and we took advantage of that. And I think with that 12th man today, it did make a big difference. Obviously early in the season, we had our asses handed to. Looking at that match day, the team on paper was very poor compared to today, which obviously didn't help us on the day. We had Ash Phillips at the back, we had Smodics playing as a striker, and Edun playing at left wing back. I forget he's even at the club. But yeah, going to the second half. A brilliant pass from Gallagher to put Smodics through, and he's just a man on a mission, man on fire at the minute, and a man who you feel is going to be vital heading into these last games. 6 of the 9 are against teams in the top half, which is slightly concerning. We've got Preston away, Burnley at home, Norwich at home, Luton at home, Millwall away. I think I'm missing one, but yeah, not an easy run-in by any means. Coventry at home we've got as well. Yeah, definitely not an easy run-in, and we will need the likes of Smodics and whatnot to be stepping up in those games, because they're going to be close. And if we can perform like we did today, we'll give really good account of ourselves against all of those teams, and we'll give every single one of those teams a run for their money, even Burnley. If we play like we did today, if we play like we did against Sheffield the other week, if we play like we did against Leicester just before that, we can't play like we did against Stoke, for that was horrific. But really good today. Beautiful finish by Smodics, calm and composed, and I struggle to see how Dak gets back into this team once he comes back from his injury, just simply because of how good Smodics has been. He's really took his chance with both hands, with Dak being out, and fully deserves to be starting when Dak is back. So 2-1, we're cruising, constantly looking at the time, seeing how long we've got left and whatnot, and it gets to the 80-odd minute, and I think JDT just panics. I think he's overthought it. I think it's the final 10 minutes. It's the quarter-final of the FA Cup. I'm away from home. I'm at Brammal Lane. I'm going to chuck Scott Wharton on, bring Ryan Hedges off, and put Callum Britton on as more of a wing-back than a full-back than JRC is. And as soon as he does that, it just completely disrupted us. We were perfectly fine with the 4 at the back. We looked comfortable. We were dealing well with them. We were in our floor. We dealt with them pretty well the entire game. It was a freak goal that they scored, with a nasty deflection. Don't get me wrong, they had chances through the game. A brilliant one-on-one save from Pears, saves it with his foot. Real nail-biting stuff, because there was a good 5 seconds where their player was running through on goal, one-on-one, and just a tremendous save. And a couple other saves as well thrown in there. Don't get me wrong, Sheffield had their chances, but I think it was night and day from when the subs come on that were pretty, I wouldn't say negative, but very safe, very defensive-minded substitutions. Not that I was expecting us to be bringing Dolan on and going for a third, but at the end of the day, if it's not broke, don't fix it, is the old adage. And we tried fixing something that wasn't broken, and we did end up breaking it. I think Britton is held accountable for the second goal. Personally, I think he could have done a hell of a lot better. And JRC just had McBurney's number the entire afternoon, really. He was dealing with him really well. And as soon as Britton and Wharton come on, it just all went to pot. Wharton looked shaky. He looked like Bambi on ice, to be honest with you. It's the first minutes he's played in the league. In a men's game for months at this point. Just nonsensical, if you ask me. And unfortunately, I do think that is one of the two reasons we've not progressed today. And the second being Tyler Morton plays himself into trouble, gets a tap on the face from Ndiaye, goes down like he's been shot, and you could just feel it coming. Just the way, obviously you're down to 10 men temporarily because Morton's down, blagging a head injury. And yeah, just an absolute worldie from Tommy Doyle, and fair play to him. He's picked that out. Pears has somehow managed to get a hand to it, and it wasn't enough, unfortunately. But I mean, if you're going to win an FA Cup quarter final, they certainly did it in style. But just disgraceful from Morton, to be honest. Trying to blag a head injury because he played himself into trouble and was looking for the easy option out. Wanted to, pass the buck off as, I got a head injury, not the fact, I played myself into trouble and I put myself in a situation where I knew I was going to lose the ball, so I decided to throw myself to the floor instead of getting back, trying to help my team and potentially preventing that goal. Because if Morton's there, maybe Tommy Doyle's closed down that second or two faster. Guess we'll never know, but not good enough from Morton, and it amateur stuff. But I mean, that's why he's on loan with us. He's here to make those mistakes, I suppose. And don't get me wrong, there's been more than a few times this season I've lost patience with him. Wigan away, he single-handedly cost us that game. He hasn't single-handedly cost us today, but he has been a part in that third goal, that's for sure. And well, he's been the sole reason for me that third goal happened. But he has contributed to good things. I mean, the winner at Reading, he does brilliantly to beat his man, play it to Gallagher, who then obviously assists Ryan Hedges, and ultimately, as nice as would have been to get to the semi-finals of the Cup, the league is more important. And, we would have been playing Man City anyway in the semis, so it would have been a foregone conclusion what was going to happen there. Ultimately, Sheffield United winning today may well have been a blessing in disguise, because, if City have just done Burnley in 6-0, they could quite easily do that to us. They could quite easily do that to Sheffield United. When Haaland's in this type of form, it would be a scary proposition. But yeah, I mean, we need to concentrate on the league now, and let's just hope we can bounce back from this and not... Because it can go one or two ways, can't it? We have a bounce back and we got full steam ahead in the league. We really go for it and we end up getting the playoffs. Or it goes the other way and it demoralises us, thinking about the what-ifs of today, how close we were, the fact we bottled it in the last 10 minutes. And, we end up dropping out. Which it would be gut-wrenching if we weren't to even make playoffs after, not even making the semis today. If we'd have at least made the semis today, missing out on the playoffs could have, sweetened it a little bit. But if we were to miss out on the semis, making Wembley, and also miss out on the playoff spots, it would be tough to swallow that. We go into this international break with a game in hand on Norwich. We are 4 points ahead of them, I believe. We find ourselves in a good position. But like I said, we've got 6 games left against teams in the top half, which aren't going to be easy, 2 of which are our main rivals, Preston and Burnley. And another is against a team that is trying to catch us, trying to catch any team in the top 6 in 7th place, which is Norwich, which could be a do or die, really, that game. So we need to make sure we win. We need to make sure we do the triple. We've already done the double. Need to make sure we do the triple over them. But yeah, fair play to the Sheffield United fans. They're in decent numbers. Was surprised they didn't sell out. Weren't the cheapest of tickets by any means, but for a quarter final, I would have thought they'd have sold out. But fair play to the ones who were there. On my last vlog, when I come early in the season, what was it, the 4th game, I had plenty of comments from Sheffield United fans, 30, 40 odd, comments, you know, saying good luck for the rest of the season and whatnot, and I will just stretch the same now. Hopefully, Blades, you can go on in the cup. Hopefully, you can beat City somehow and you know, fly the EFL flag to the final. It would be great to see that. Have absolutely no love or towards Man City at all. So would love to see that personally. And you know, I can't see us getting an automatic spot. So hopefully you can go up in the automatics as well. And hopefully Borough don't catch you up, because you are a decent bunch. And like I said, if we were to stay in this league, I can't do Bramall Lane anymore. So hopefully you just go up for that reason as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content, got a lot today. Obviously it was a special day for both teams. You know, it's been 8 years since we were in a quarter-final FA Cup. They don't come round often. Wasn't the result to be, but hopefully we get our time at Wembley sooner rather than later. And yeah, like I said, best of luck, and hopefully we can crack on now with the league and get to the playoffs, which would be such an overachievement from where anyone thought at the start of this season. You asked anyone before a ball was kicked, this season was going to be mid-table, sorting his tactics out, JDT, sorting out, you know, just solidarity. To get playoffs would be nothing short of phenomenal, if I can say the word. Yeah, in his first season with a shoestring budget, a squad full of young players. We had the whole Lewis O'Brien debacle, which was just a mess. So yeah, if we can make it, that would be something. So yeah, let's concentrate on doing that now. And Sheffield United, you concentrate on getting past Man City.